Hello, I'm Adam McCarthy and welcome to Mythbusters. So our next Mythbuster, it's to do about macronutrients, or should I say cutting fat or cutting carbs are the main one. I got some news for you. You can't cut them out completely.
Don't forget to subscribe to stay notified. Ding, ding. Done.
So these are macronutrients, so they're in everything you eat to a more or lesser extent. It's not like the micronutrients, so they're your vitamins and your minerals which can be found or not found in certain products. With macronutrients, you can't cut them out completely, and you wouldn't want to necessarily cut them out completely either, because you need them to survive. You can cut down on the number of fats or carbohydrates, protein, whatever, in order to reach a certain nutritional diet goals. That can help. The motto of this video is you can't cut them out completely. What we have in the Western world, most of our diets, probably have too much carbohydrates and fats in them, or one or the other. And with that, by reducing the amount of, let's say, carbohydrates for instance, or because we're mainly eating simple sugars, which are carbohydrates, and then we're not burning them off, we don't exercise as much. So what happens is, instead of using those carbohydrates, which are simple stored energy, we don't. So then we have to store it, and eventually it gets turned into fat. You can oxidize and break down fat, but by reducing, let's say, the number of carbohydrates you have in a diet, you therefore have, what you effectively are doing in most situations is either A, you're having generally a more healthier diet, and that's actually what's actually happening, rather than actually cutting the number of carbohydrates, so as to say, you just generally made your diet healthier. And then people think, oh yeah, I've lost a lot of weight, it must be the reason why I've cut the number of fat or carbs in it. Sometimes you actually haven't, it's just that you're eating more healthily. Point number 2 being that people are probably eating far too much of one type. You cut the number of carbohydrates, and that way it brings into the diet. Point number 3, people often go on crash diets. Now I'm going to do another Mythbuster about them, because let's face it, Weight Watchers is not necessarily going to be helpful in most situations, but people don't know why. That's a video for another day. Or likewise similar companies. By going on a crash diet, what they, let's say, carbohydrates almost completely, then the body has to find other ways of using energy, so it uses its next set of stored energy, which is its fats, and then oxidizes them and breaks them down eventually into glucose, which is the smallest molecule of energy. And we use that as energy to survive. And that's the reason why those situations work. I'm Adam McCarthy, and this is another Mythbuster.